I got carb kit in for the 335 here, so I want to see at least I'm gonna port this off, but at least want to see if it'll run good first. I just want to do a little video. Like, I don't like walbro carbs that much. I don't mind the WT series, but like these HDCs you find at home lights, I can't stand them. I always have issues, that stupid little check valve in them, which you can't find. You can do some things to make them work, but still, it's unnecessary. And the same goes with these HDB carbs. They aren't quite as stupid as HDCs, but they're close because they still have that the plate with the circuit underneath it, which I do not like. I do not like that setup. I find it quite unnecessary. Considering if you look at the Tillotson counterparts that have less stupid in them, like that's, I don't know, I'm just ranting here, but I just don't like the old walbro carbs. Not my jam. But oddly, the HDA seems quite a bit simpler than, say, older, like these ones, HDC and HDB. I don't know if they came out in alphabetical order or what the deal with those are, but the HDA, like on this, are on the later sauce from the 90s, because they're on like the high tops and stuff too. They're not a bad carb, but this carb is actually quite clean. The screen's clean, everything like that. Gaskets, toast. So I ordered myself some of this screen to for that Black & Decker, so I might get to that later this week. But more importantly, carb kits. Also, I bought a list. I need some fuel filters, but fuel filters, primer bulbs, a bunch of fuel for like $12 Canadian. I'm not complaining about that. That's a decent price. I ordered 2 of these carb kits because I do have them in least these carbs, at least in those 2 other Poulan Pros I have. The 2 330s, the one I got from Bodie, and the one that I got from Chad from Nothing But Chainsaws, which he got from TW from Dub Saw Shop. But anyway, without further ado, let's get this crap together. So I'll give it one of those, like that. I don't know if this carb kit's right. There we go. It's kind of 2 different ways it could go on, which was kind of odd, but hope it's the right kit. Diaphragms look essentially the same. These diaphragms almost look like they're meant to fit on 2 different kinds of saws or something. That is what it is. It fits. That's the important thing. This thing's stiff as... Actually, this one isn't too bad. I mean, that's not horrible, but the fuel pump diaphragm is foobar. Absolutely foobar. That's my fine Phillips screwdrivers upstairs. But no, I'll get the saw running. Hopefully, it's dark out. I mean, it's not late, but I mean, I just feel funny firing up saws when it's dark. It's like, it just seems wrong somehow. I know it's not. Who cares? But okay, I need some kind of screwdriver. It's a pretty fine Phillips. That'll work. Hopefully this saw will run. I mean, I replaced the fuel lines, trim it down, impulse line. They were both completely foobar, like no salvaging those. Gunky. I wonder where I'm gonna worry where the jets are right now. I will do that when I'm actually ready to fire it up, which hopefully tomorrow when I get home from work I can fire this bad boy up. fuel pump diaphragm. Like so. It fits. That's a good start. Like so. Okay. Looks like it fits. I also don't like if the walbro is the one to screw on top. I don't know why. I know it's fine, but I'm allowed to not like things, I think. Okay. Small crappy fuel line off here. This falls right apart. Ethanol or age, it could be either. Surprisingly, this saw is not really in that bad shape, in my opinion. And so, there's the thing. There's the thing that goes in there. There's that thing too. Yeah, it goes in on there. I remember how this thing goes back together. At least I made a video of it. See, I'm not doing it yet, but if I port this, I'm thinking about using the steel boot. I'll have to figure out something else to replace this piece, but I don't think that's that big a deal. Does it matter which way that was on? Just a couple of here. Goes on like that. Not that it probably matters much, but this might almost get a little bit of motor seal on it because the gasket looks old as crap. Little motor seal never hurt nobody. I'm sure a long would if you like drank a tube, but it's probably not good for you. Okay, still a little bit of motor seal to give me peace of mind. So it's going to be not that long, I guess. I just trim some of that off the impulse line. It doesn't have to be that flipping long. Cut it off right there. So, if you like going after, there is the throttle. That impulse line on here. Hopefully I didn't make it too short. That was fine. Yeah, no problems. Just go in there. There's a choke for this too somewhere. Right there. Right there. Check that out. These swells are not hard to work on. I mean, you're just used to working on Husqvarnas or something, might seem a little unfamiliar. Nothing major, they're pretty straightforward designs. Okay, now these little guys. Probably should put those in first. And hopefully find the hole. There's a lot to go through and I cannot see what I'm doing. Sign flaw number one. That gasket's not straight anymore. Actually, it should be parallel to the earth. Different planet attack here. I think that might be the case. Maybe. Things are going bad. Stick that right to here, blow the seal link to keep it all together, maybe, hopefully. And put these guys through. Until I've never worked on one of these before. One of those situations where it'd be nice to have like a third hand. Okay, this will work better. It will work worse. Part of the fun. Working on saws. Got another P40 coming. And the reason I got a P40 is specifically to port it. So why not? Oh my god, why is this? Okay, coat's coming off. This is not. It's not going well. It's going horrible, but I mean, I just want to hook everything just to. So we'll go back on there. We're lined up. I'm gonna just skip that poop. Probably, eh? Yeah, I really see no reason why you can't skip that poop. That might make life a little easier, might not. So, what was that? Dropping stuff. Typical day in the shop, which is my basement. Okay, that's much better. Okay. Try to get that impulse line on a little further before I go any further. Should be great. Oh, goddamn choke's not on. Yeah. Of course, that would have been too simple. Maybe I can get the choke on without taking everything apart. Putting the choke on, oh yeah, no problem. I was worried about that, but apparently I was worrying for nothing. Okay, snake you in that hole. There we go. Of course, that should have been on first. Let's learn. That on first. Then shove it in the hole. Just spit on it, shove her in. Oh, that's right the fucking way. Sorry, guys. I'm not a good filmographer. Okay, so choke your pilot on, choke on, throttle on, choke works. Cut this fuel line down to about, let's say, about there, right there. Smart. This is my head if it wasn't attached some days. Okay. So the fuel line, it's probably more than enough fuel line, but more is better than not enough. Okay, that's on there nice. Guess whatever's left over and shove it down into the tank. Okay. I like you. What's next? I think this stupid little bracket goes on. Hold the top cover on. I don't find these good poolans very often, as I've mentioned quite a few times on my channel. Like, everyone finds one of the good poolans, you know, the magnesium cased ones. You want to trade for some old home light or something? Just let me know. Like, home lights I can replace. These are hard to flip and find. Okay, that's on. Spark plug on because you have to on these. I might put a different plug on there. It's a CJ8. It's too big. Not enough for spark plugs, guys. I'm not looking too shit hot for enforcement. Let's see, something like that. What's that guy? Oh yeah, he should work. That one will work, but I'll just clean this one up a bit. it just looks funny. That electrode looks really worn. It's making spark though, it's making spark, right? And it's got a nice strong spark, so maybe use that one for now. I need to order some spark plugs anyway, so get the CJ8 or equivalent. Really, it's 50-50 that spark plug was even in there to begin with, because I tend to not keep track of stuff. But, scratch. Okay. That's not crazy. This thing's got crazy compression. I don't know if they're all like that, but there's something seriously wrong with this one. I'm not going to do a muffler mod or anything yet. I probably will in the future, but for now I'm just going to leave this one as is. Where is G-Wiz? But I will get a muffler mod eventually, I'm sure of it. Why are you not fitting back here? That's supposed to... Okay, goes on the other side maybe? There we go. What size was that, boys and girls? Was that a 10mm? I believe it was a 10mm. I swear the 330s use 7/16, or at least one of them, which is a more common size head for a 1/4" bolt. I mean, I'm using 10mm, but odds are it's 3/8, right? So we're kind of an American saw, kind of, sorta. Kind of, sorta, not really. You know, by this time, Partner and Electrolux had their hands and everything. And what size is that? It's 11mm. I'm not needing 11mm. 7/16, do not need that. Somewhere, I used one the other day. 5/16. Surprise, surprise, I can't find stuff. That is a 10mm. There we go. Okay, some stuff's coming out of this though, because I mean, I don't need this. This piece, definitely not needed. Spark arrestor. Oh, there's a little carbon in this thing. We'll leave that piece in for now, just so I don't collapse the muffler. You know what I mean? So I can stay in there. Are rolling, or at least getting somewhat where we should be. Okay, so we got that on. Now we will put the top cover on. I can find all the little bolts for that because they don't seem to be where they were, which is awesome. See, that could have been a spark plug from that too. I don't know. That's CJ as well. Pause it while I'm hopelessly looking for screws. Okay, we are back. I found most of the screws. I found 3 of them. I'm really back. The other one will turn up and I'll throw it on, but it's not a big deal. Okay. Starting to look like a chainsaw. This clutch drum looks a little worn. Maybe not. We'll see. Once I get into wood, I can probably tell right away. Clutch drum has seen better days. Okay. I like saws, like I have that steel 360 MS 362C. The top cover fasteners that hold it on, excuse me, were all captive, so they didn't fall out. You couldn't lose them, and I kind of like that, because that's good for a hack like me that just seems to lose everything all the time. Okay, air filter. Air filter looks like an air filter. I'll work with it for now. Might see if I can source a newer one, but looks alright. I wish that had a gasket. I like to put a little bit of Moto Seal on there, because why not? Looks like it could leak, looks like it should have rubber or foam or something on there. So we'll use good old Moto Seal. Nature's miracle. Talk about trying to get to Mars, all they need is duct tape and Moto Seal. You can get to Mars. Not really, but... And JB Weld. JB Weld's handy. What if they keep stuff like JB Weld on the space station, just in case? Because, I mean, you never know, right? Maybe JB Weld on the International Space Station could be the difference between life and death. I'm really rambling tonight, but my channel, I'm allowed to ramble. Okay, that is on. Put the stop cover on. Okay, that's on, that's on. I mean, hopefully this thing will run now. That'd be pretty cool if it did. Fuel line, to fuel filter. Tank looks like oddly clean. Like, this filter pushed in a little further before I colored in. The tank's actually quite clean. There's one piece of garbage in there, which is the old fuel line, but I'm not going to dig that out now. Yeah, the tank's actually clean. The tank's really clean, like surprisingly clean. Maybe someone took care of this, it does happen. Even on some dirty old poulan like this. Okay, that's on, that's on. That's it shaking in the oil tank. Still oil in there, so there's not enough oil in there, but it's red. I think that looks very homelight-esque actually. That looks fine. Everything looks good. I wonder if it'll run. It'd be nice if you just start it up. Almost tempted to go outside and try. I'll find out where those jets are. Right here. Where are the jets? So got it. That's half. That's one. That's another half. That's another half. Those are kind of way out there. I'm set them at 1.5, I think. The high is half. So the low was out like 2.5 turns, the high was out 3/4, so I wonder if there's some scoring on the piston. I'm going to set the high at 1. Okay, well I might take this outside and see if she'll run, because I really hope it does. Put the handle back on and stuff, but you guys don't need to see that. You see you guys back in a bit. a poulan 335. Hopefully it'll start, otherwise my hate for walbro carbs will continue. Well, that's a good sign. Popped. Maybe that low jet was way out for a reason. For whatever reason. It oils, that's a good thing. Let's try that. Let's try that on the low jet and see what happens. I'm calling that a win. Runs good.